Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vaulted Cinema. I am brand new to this. Let me look at my notes here. I got a mic. I got trying to make it all work out. Okay. Kind of let me go through an intro that's kind of non-scripted and then kind of scripted to kind of let you know what I'm wanting to do. This has been years in the making. Taken 3+ years for me to watch hundreds of movies. And then I've obviously watched quite a few movies before that. But it's been an idea for about three years, something like that, maybe a little longer. I've edited the list more than I would like to admit, probably 20 plus times. So yeah, it's been quite a lot. I had a friend kind of helping me, but he just has too much going on. And initially, he wanted to separate into genres, but I just don't think that's bold enough. I think it's possible to do one list if you kind of eliminate like the horror movies and the romance movies, because then if that's all together, then I don't know. You could, I mean, IMDb, they they have it all together, but you know, it's let me go to the next thing here. Sorry. Um I used to do not professional at all, but recordings for NBA videos. I didn't have much of an audience, but it was fun. And then during the NBA playoffs, and then I did it for a treasure hunt I was involved in. But let me see here. But yeah, it makes sense why someone hasn't really tried this that I'm really aware of. Because if you get more than one person, probably going to be too many disagreements. Um, Even though me and my friend we were agreeing on a lot of the top movies, it was crazy. So our number one movie, we didn't even spend 5 seconds on it. It was just obvious. We agreed on it. I mean, we probably agreed on six, seven, eight of the top 10. But then, some movies, he wants in the top 200, and then I don't want him near the top 200, and then vice versa. Um, Stuff like that. But for the most part, we agreed. But you would think most people would have a lot of disagreements. That's why this probably hasn't really been done. And then if it's one person doing this, it's somewhat psychotic. I mean, it's one heck of an endeavor if you're serious about it. But I was able to finish the top 700 films for now, and I might look to increase that number in the future. Going to very good chance there's going to be a website included with this YouTube channel. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that. Okay, this part is going to be a little more scripted here. As you know, with this movie list, no horror movies, specifically more like no supernatural horror movies. I'm not really about that life. I never have been really. So that's just the way I am. But no romance, not really my thing. I mean, I've seen some, but once you start watching some of them, if you're doing a movie list, then you got to watch a bunch of them, right? I don't really want to do that. Um, and then this list, it focuses mostly on movies made after 1970. I think a lot of the older films are overrated. They're harder to compare to modern movies with today's image quality and resources. But there are some phenomenal older movies that absolutely hold up, and I'm going to try to cover as many of those as I can, but just not the really old ones. I just want this to be more of a modern list. So everyone's going to have a different movie list, obviously, right? Movies are subjective. I mean, for the most part, yeah. There might be a little objectivity on what makes a movie really good, but for the most part, they're subjective. But here's how my mind works when building the vault. Um, 1 through 4, and okay. Number 1, unique movies deserve a higher ranking. Anything that's not predictable has a better chance with me. Um, you know, it's just the same type of movie over and over. The action movie where you know exactly how it's going to end. I mean, those just aren't going to, unless they're really good, just not going to be real high on the list. Maybe a few of them, but, I just want it to be unique. There's so many ways to create a movie. I mean, I could only imagine, right? But, um, yeah, so uniqueness is number 1. Number 2, I think the two hardest genres to get right are comedies and sports movies. So I'm really picky with both. So, like with a comedy, I don't like it when it's like, it does, like if it's got some funny parts, but then it's got parts where it's trying so hard to be funny and it's like not funny at all. That's almost like an emotional roller coaster that I just hate. I just don't like it. So it's like a comedy can be a good movie and it's not even that funny of a movie, but it's not trying too hard to make you laugh. So it's a pretty good comedy, right? Feel good movie. That's fine. I just don't like the emotional roller coaster, you know, where it does kind of have some funny parts and then it's trying so hard. It just drives me crazy. So those comedies, I'm picky on these movies. I'm telling you right now, a lot of the comedies you think are hilarious, they won't be in the top 700. Not a lot, but some of them. Probably. I don't know. Sports movies, really picky with sports movies. I'm played college sports, and um, not at a super high level or anything, but I don't know. There's been a lot of really good boxing movies made, and there's been a few good basketball movies made for sure. But the football movies, I just feel like that's hard to make that. And I mean, there's been some good movies made. Don't get me wrong, like quite a bit. But it's a lot of the time, it's kind of a failure on a lot of the attempts to make a good sports movie, just in my opinion. But my least favorite genre, number 3, is action. Most of them are unrealistic. At least I think. But if you throw in some sci-fi, I'm in usually. Sci-fi is probably my favorite type of movie. But yeah, the action movies, it just, I don't know, man. If it's unrealistic, it just not my thing. But don't get me wrong, I like action movies if it's done the right way. You'll see that. But number 4, when it comes to franchises, I'll rate the best movie of the bunch and give the rest their due if I've seen the other ones in the franchise. So which is the case in a lot of instances. Okay, but see, that's the IMDb. Like, you're looking at it and you're seeing, okay, all the Godfather movies take up the top spots. All the Lord of the Rings movies take up the top spots. It's like no filler rankings here. It's like the best movie of the bunch. Let's keep it clean and let's keep it moving. And so let me see here. Those are my 4 main things. I realized I had forgotten a sports movie. So a lot of time I make these lists and I get fatigue, and I just simply overlook a movie, or I'm not on purpose, but I'm in a hurry to write down the new list and then I skip over a movie. And then a lot of times I kind of remember because I've done it so many times. But anyway, I had to take a movie out of the top 700. I took Demolition Man. Had to take that movie out. Not a bad movie, but anyway, yeah, I plan on making a lot more videos where I might include more movies. All right. Um, so, as for the rating sites, Rotten Tomatoes, no comment, obviously. I think most people would say that. IMDb, I think it separates. I sorry, I meant to say I don't think it separates good from great very well at all. And it has some movies that are rated way higher than they should be, and vice versa. But is it pretty reliable? Yeah. Like, 6.7 or 7.3, and you want to watch a movie and you want to see what the IMDb is before, and, you're done watching the movie and you're like, yeah, that was about right. But 10-20% of the time, it's way off. And then, like I said, it doesn't separate good from great very well at all, in my opinion. Um, this isn't an algorithm. There's no AI ranking these films. Um, I might ask AI to help explain why a movie works, and AI is helping me with part of this intro, but that's it, and the logo and stuff. But no, I'm not. I'm not going to be having AI help me at all on ranking the movies. That defeats the whole purpose. But the actual picks, that's me, human judgment, and this vault is always evolving. So, okay, this has been fairly long introduction. My bad. It's almost over. One more paragraph here, and then we'll get into the rankings, 700 through 651. If do you got a movie I should check out? Send it in. If it's truly great, it just might make it into the vault. I've seen 98% of the movies I recommend here, but there are going to be incredible movies that haven't made the list yet, simply because I haven't watched them or heard about them yet. Give me time to update the list after my initial rankings videos. I plan on making individual movie review videos and all different kinds of movie list videos as well. Also, videos about mistakes I made on this initial movie list. A lot of options in the future. Last thing, if I say I'm not a huge fan of a movie, as I'm going through this list, I don't want to say why and risk spoiling it. But if you ask me in the comments, I will answer. I will answer why I'm not a huge fan of the movie. I'm not here to agree with everyone. I'm here to build the vault. Let's get into it. This video covers entries 700 through 651. Okay, as I go over these movies, in the background, you're going to just see a picture of like the movie poster. Another thing is, if I cover a movie and there's another one that's kind of similar that didn't make the list, I'm gonna try to also just mention that as well and show you a picture of that as well. So let's get into it. Okay, number 700. Get On Up. About James Brown. I mean, I never really listened to his music too much. I mean, I know some of the songs, but unreal performance from Chadwick Boseman. Just, I mean, obviously, unfortunately, we didn't get to see him in too many movies. At least I don't think so. I don't know how many he made, but I thought he was really good in this movie. So, yeah. Yeah, especially if you like James Brown, watch this movie for sure. But other similar movies, Love and Mercy. I've seen more than half of it. It's good. It's about the Beach Boys and just man, they were. I can't cuss, but those Beach Boys, yeah, phenomenal music, obviously, but they were messed up. If I remember right, and one of them was messed up really, really bad on all drugged up all the time. Didn't even have, I guess, what legal authority of his own life. He was under someone's caretaker early on in his life, and then another. Sorry, I'm rambling on. And then the other one was kind of messed up. And then the other one, my bad. I haven't really seen Walk the Line. I know that should be in the top 700, but it's not. I need to. That needs to be one of the next movies that I watch. So my bad on that. Already messing up. It's kind of funny. Finally, ready to do this, and the dog was eating in the background, But if I can do 50 at a time, 700, that's 14 videos, 2 or 3 a day possibly, maybe even more. I don't know, maybe less. But 699 Casualties of War, just a decent war movie. Um, Sean Penn does an unreal job. Michael J. Fox is in it. He does a good job. Um, yeah, the war movies, I want to give them more preference over a lot of the other genres, just because, war movies are probably difficult to make, and, I don't know. I just like watching the war movies. But it's not, I don't think it's like a phenomenal movie, obviously, but it's kind of different angle type of war movie, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. And my bad, I want all these to be really good, but, about where does it really start getting good? I mean, the top 650, I would say, are solid, very solid, but, so struggling a little bit at the end of the list. Okay, what do we got next up? 698, the number 23. Jim Carrey does an amazing job acting. Psychological thriller. He's obsessed with the number 23. Some interesting plot twist in the movie. Just solid. Just incredible job acting. He's a good actor. I want to try not to talk too much on everyone, unless it's like really high up on the list. I want to kind of get through this. 697, The Nice Guys. Not super funny, but good ambience with it looking like 1970s LA. Don't remember, you're going to hear me say this all the time. I've watched hundreds of movies just in the last 2 years. Possibly over 500 movies. So I can't, even though I've seen them somewhat recently, it's hard to remember everything perfectly. But yeah, it's a solid movie. Obviously, really good actors with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. So another thing is, if I'm uncertain on rating a movie, and I'm not really sure what to do with it, if I, say it's competing with another movie to make the list or be higher up on the list, if the actors, the tiebreaker is always the actors. Always the tiebreaker is the actors. If they're better actors, it's just gonna, that's the tiebreaker. Another similar movie to that is Inherent Vice. Not a fan of Inherent Vice. I don't really understand. Well, it didn't get a great rating, but I guess some people love it. Maybe I need to rewatch it. Sorry, I'm rambling on. I need to get through this. Okay, next movie on the list. The Program, 696. Solid football movie. With many different personalities on the team. Just kind of, hard to make a football sports movie. Sorry, that was my chair. Hard to make a football movie, in my opinion. But, the main character, he's always depressed, so that kind of takes away a little bit from it. But hey, that's part of it. There's a reason why he's like that. As you'll see, it's a good movie. 695, The Homesman. Country. Sorry, I almost said country western. It's a sorry. Give me time to get going here. It's a western movie from a woman's perspective, directed by Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee's in it. He's an incredible actor, obviously. It's, you know, kind of like Casualties of War is a different type of war movie. This is a different type of western, and it's pretty good. Um, Number 694, Captain Fantastic. About a single father trying to take care of his kids in nature after the mother dies, and with Viggo Mortensen. Just pretty good movie. A little bit of a comedy, more of a drama. Another similar movie to it is Leave No Trace with Ben Foster. So, one second. Next up, 693, Kill the Irishman. Movie's based on a true story. I forgot what city is it in. Cleveland. And had the potential to be really good. Except the main actor is not a very good actor at all. But it's still not a bad movie. I don't know the actor's name. But man, it's kind of painful to watch him act on certain parts. I mean, I guess they just got a big Irish guy to play the part, but man, it could have been a lot better, but it's still pretty good. 692, The Insider. I think a lot of people would rank this movie higher, but I'm not a huge fan of the movie. It's not a lot is going on in the movie. It's an important movie to see. You know, I guess with see the tobacco industry, but I don't know. I don't understand why this movie's so highly rated. Just not much is going on in it. But I don't want to have a movie make the list and then complain about it. Like, that doesn't make sense. So my bad. I'm gonna really try. And as we get down the list, it's that's not gonna be really happening. So my bad. But you know, maybe I need to rewatch the movie. But I just felt like it has to make the list. 691, Defender or Defendor. It's a really good drama / comedy with Woody Harrelson playing a Down syndrome hero. It's got some really funny parts, man. But Woody Harrelson, just really good actor. He really makes the movie. But yeah, I mean, I could have found something else to make the top 700, but I've kind of got a little bit of a different sense of humor. So, but I think it's not a poorly rated movie. It's decent on IMDb, but I think you would like it. Number 690, Michael Clayton. Good thriller set in the corporate environment. It's really all I can tell you. Yeah, Michael Clayton, good movie. I think most would agree. Okay, moving down the list a little bit. 689, The Next 3 Days, Russell Crowe, Meg Ryan. Good suspenseful thriller. Solid movie, okay? Crowe's wife goes to prison and he tries to get her out. So it's a good movie. Another similar movie is High Crimes with Morgan Freeman, and I forgot the actress's name. I don't want to say it wrong, but High Crimes is also good. 688, speaking of Russell Crowe, Master and Commander, just a solid movie. I need to rewatch this movie. Wasn't blown away with it, but yeah, it's got a pretty good IMDb. So I think a lot of people like that movie. 687, Unstoppable. And I'm going to be a broken record on this. If it's a phenomenal actor, and so Denzel carries this movie. So, top 20 actor, you're just going to hear me say, so-and-so carries the movie. So-and-so carries the movie. Kind of like me having the tiebreaker, right? If I'm not sure and I'm like, okay, this is a top 10 actor, Yeah. So let's, because there's so many other potential movies that could make the list, but Denzel carries almost every movie he's in. But yeah, it's a good movie about a train derailment. Um, um, and then The Commuter with Liam Neeson. How do you say it? Neeson. And then, which is pretty solid. And The Taking of Pelham, 1, 2, 3. Haven't really seen that one, but I'll add a picture to it. But those are kind of movies about trains, and I'm not going to include Money Train. My bad. 686, Promising Young Woman. Unique type of movie with a crazy ending. This is a newer movie. Like I said, unique movies. Um, they're more likely to be ranked higher. So, yeah. Next up on the list, 685, Freddy Got Fingered, hilarious comedy with some lewd humor. Tom Green, the main star of the movie, he's the director. By far his best movie, in my opinion. I mean, it's just got some of the funniest moments in cinematic history, in my opinion. But I've got a different sense of humor, I mean, it's just. I remember debating about a year ago with my friend. He didn't think it should make the list, and to me, it's just no question. It's got to be on. Sorry, it's my chair. It's got to be on the list. I mean, it's just got too many funny parts. I mean, it's got 8 or 10 hilarious parts to the movie. You can't ask for more, you know. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, the IMDb. I just looked it up. I forgot, like 4.7. Like, come on. Like, that's why I'm doing this movie list. I mean, I just don't agree. Next movie, 684, Year One. I think Jack Black's best movie. Well, actually, no. I've got one. I believe one higher than this. Don't want to say what it is yet. Yeah, it's takes place in the first century. Obviously, during biblical times. It's got a lot of funny parts, and Christians might get a little bit offended. I'm a Christian, but I mean, try to take some of it in stride a little bit. I mean, I don't think they're trying to be too insulting, you know what I mean? But it's funny, man. It's bottom line, in my opinion. Um, 683, The Expendables. Um, you get to see many of your favorite action movie stars. Hard to beat that, right? I've only seen the first one. Um, I need to really watch the second and third, but it's got really good action. And yeah, could have I found something else to make the list over The Expendables? Yeah, but this is just a movie a lot of people are going to want to watch. And that has to count for something, right? Next up on the list, number 682, 21. Cool movie about college professor going to the casino with with his students to count cards, try to make a lot of money that way. Kevin Spacey, can't remember who else. Um, Good movie. Good movie, no question, okay. 681, Devil in a Blue Dress. Just another thriller, but this gets preference over a lot of others that didn't make the list because Denzel's in it. Um, it's a good movie. Not a ton to say. 680, Reindeer Games, underrated movie in my opinion with a crazy plot twist. It's Ben Affleck, and how do you say her name? I don't want to say her name wrong. Charlize Theron. Man, she looks good in this movie. That might be one reason to watch it right there. So, 679, The Professor and the Madman. Now, if you don't want to get bored on a movie, you might want to skip this one. It's based on a true story about the creation of the first dictionary. Sean Penn just I think he murders his wife, and then he's in prison, and he's just completely lost his mind, and he's creating the dictionary. So he's got all these charts and diagrams. So like every word in the dictionary that's used to like define another word, there's like a relational, you know, thing there, so you've got how do I explain it? So every word used there has to be logic. So anyway, I'm rambling on, but I mean it's pretty good, it's interesting, based on a true story. So okay, next up, Searching for Bobby Fischer. Good story about how a kid has to balance life and competition in sports, and his coach thinks he's going to be the next Bobby Fischer, and it's a pretty highly rated movie. So, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. 677. A lot of people probably don't want this to make the list, but I've got to find good comedies. And The Cable Guy, I think it's an underrated comedy. It definitely has some funny parts. And yeah, I mean, The Cable Guy, I just think a lot of people probably won't really like it, but I don't know. It's a good movie. I think it's a pretty funny movie. Remember I told you I feel like it's hard to make good comedies. And Cable Guy barely crosses that threshold to where I think it's a good comedy. So many comedies people think are funny, I don't. So it's hard for me to find them. That's my excuse. 676, Pitch Black. First movie's the best. Vin Diesel. Third one was okay. Was pretty good. And, just a cool sci-fi movie on another planet. Another movie that a little underrated, Red Planet with Val Kilmer and Tom Sizemore. But yeah, Pitch Black, it's pretty good movie. Like I told you, just struggling a little bit at the beginning of the list. Okay, next up, we have got 675, Jack Reacher. Pretty good action movie with Tom Cruise. Only seen the first one. Yeah, it's been a while. I just remember watching this movie. I was like, yeah, this is good. This is good. Like, it's a lot better than the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. I remember that was so goofy, the whole premise where in Shooter, he's supposed to be so smart and see every angle, and he just totally gets tricked. I mean, in a ridiculous way. Jack Reacher, a lot better, a lot more realistic in that regard. But 674, The Peanut Butter Falcon, a feel-good family type of movie. Don't remember it too well. I know it's high on IMDb. I have seen it. Been quite a while, but the Down syndrome person wants to be a wrestler, and it's just cool. It's just a cool movie. 673, RoboCop. Nice sci-fi movie. I told you sci-fi is my favorite genre. RoboCop kind of stands the test of time. Didn't they do a remake? I've seen the original. I haven't seen the remake, but maybe I need to, huh? Yeah, RoboCop's good. It's a little bit sad, but it's good. It's good. 672 Without Limits. Very underrated sports movie. Donald Sutherland does a very good job in this movie. It's about Prefontaine. The wasn't I don't want to miss say something, but didn't he run the first 4 minute mile? You know about he's running for Oregon University, and I don't want to give anything away, but it's just a very good motivational movie, and it's called Without Limits. Next up, we have The Untouchables. I mean, good movie. IMDb has it ranked incredibly high, like I think top 40, top 50 of all time. I mean, I've got it 671. You know, it's just about two different cultures. You know, they're in somewhere in Europe, very rich. I can't say the word quad, paralyzed from the neck down, and this black dude is his caretaker, and you know they just have a good chemistry. They end up getting along really good. It's a good movie. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, it's good. Is it top 40 good? No. Sorry, you know, but that's just my opinion, you know. But yeah. Anyway, 671. Sorry, I just said that. 670, Hustle and Flow. Pretty cool hood movie. It's not based on true story. I was looking it up a little bit. I tried to prepare a little bit for this, but yeah, you know, he's trying to record music, and it's just with what's his name, Terrence Howard, and yeah, it's definitely a good movie. Pretty highly rated on IMDb as well. So there's similar movies I need to add, but that did not make the list. Get Rich or Die Trying, the 50 Cent Story. Underrated movie. That's a good movie. Notorious, I haven't seen it, man. I don't want to be the judgmental one, but ever since it came out that he got that beat for the song Juicy from some dude in Mississippi, you know, Notorious did. I need to watch the movie, but man, come on now. You know what I mean? But yeah. Okay, now we've got. I don't want to say this wrong. Finding Altamira with Antonio Banderas. The church and scientific community go to war over the date of ancient cave paintings, obviously based on true story. Solid movie. Okay, unique movie, right? Solid. I'm gonna sound goofy, but very solid movie. You know. 668, Southpaw, solid boxing movie. Jake Gyllenhaal. What ends up happening? Yeah, something very traumatic at the beginning of the movie, and then he has to still go to the top again. You know, it's good. Another movie that didn't make the list that's good is I think Miles Teller is in it. Bleed for This, based on a true story about the guy that like he breaks his neck. I forgot how, but he ended up he made a comeback after a broken neck in boxing. It's an amazing true story called Bleed for This. But anyway, 667, The Equalizer. You know, this action movies aren't really my thing, but I've seen the first two, and I really like the beginnings of the Equalizer movies, and then at the end, I kind of lose a little interest, you know. But it's Denzel, and it's good stuff, you know. The Equalizer movies are good. Okay, next up we have got 666, District 9. Neat sci-fi movie. Not bad. Not bad. The aliens are what's the word, relegated to an area in South Africa, and they wanna leave, but they can, and then one of the dudes is infected. It's pretty highly rated movie. I didn't love the movie. I mean, it was pretty good though. That's my genre, as you know. 665 Mandela. Now, I don't have it as a super highly rated movie, the biography, because Mandela, he was in prison for so long. I mean, he's just in the movie, he's just like in prison almost the entire movie. I mean, it's a good movie. What's the actor's name? Ezra. But yeah, I mean, not a lot's going on. He's just in prison forever. But yeah, it's a good movie. Um, 664 Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Pretty cool scenery of Savannah, Georgia, with those, what are those trees called? I forgot. Anyway, good acting, good story. It's directed by Clint Eastwood. Yeah, good movie. Next up, we have got 663, The Island of Dr. Moreau. Underrated for a lot of reasons. I mean, the IMDb, I think, is low fives, if I remember right. A lot of reasons why it's pretty good. Adaptation of H.G. Wells' book, famous author. It's kind of like the Plum Island situation. Go ahead and Google, Plum Island. I forgot where. It's in the Northeast, somewhere in the New York area. About how there's these weird animal experiments that go on and stuff. But it's kind of like Plum Island. And then it's got Marlon Brando and Val Kilmer. I mean, come on now. That's a good movie. Um, 662, Say It, Don't Spray It. Falling Down, with, how did I forget the actor's name? How did I forget his name? Michael Douglas. Um, yeah, he's just kind of loses it. It's a highly rated movie. It's one of those movies where I've seen most of it, like multiple times, but I just never really sat down and watched the whole thing. But yeah, it's a good movie, definitely. It's highly rated. Another similar movie, pretty funny movie. I've seen it. It's Unhinged with Russell Crowe. He just gets, and Unhinged, he gets roid rage and just goes absolutely psychotic. I mean, it's just crazy. But over the roid rage in that movie, so I'm talking more about, see, I've got a weird sense of humor. I'm talking more about Unhinged than I am Falling Down, which I shouldn't do. But the roid rage happens just because the way someone honks at him. And he drives up to the person. He's like, could you do a friendly tap, honk, or whatever? And it's like, then he wants an apology, and then it just goes downhill from there. So it's, I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, let me see here. Okay, next up, 661, Ghostbusters, classic movie that actually makes the list. A lot of classic movies I don't really have making the list. It's hard to make the list, as you can see. Ghostbusters is just stands the test of time. Don't need to say too much. It's a good movie. Good movie. Is it phenomenal? No. It's pretty good, though. 660, Almost Famous. Not a huge fan, but so many people like this movie. And I've told you I've seen like 98% of these movies I'm recommending, but this one, it's bits and pieces. I've seen most of it. Just can't sit down and watch the whole thing. I really need to, but this kid travels with the band, and he's writing for Rolling Stone or something, and it's just it's highly rated, but yeah, It's got that classic Elton John song, so it's it's not bad. I need to watch it though, the whole thing. Next up, 6:59, Stand by Me. Good flick about these kids. They go on a little journey, and it's just not a lot goes on in the movie though. I mean, there's just not a ton to the movie, but it's a short movie. But it's a good movie. It's good, and it's a pretty highly rated movie as well. 6:58, Bugsy, solid mob movie with Warren Beatty. Don't love the movie, but yeah, the other movies that you'll see I like ranking high are sci-fi, mob movies, and war movies. But yeah, so it's Bugsy is pretty good. I think it's based on a true story. Las Vegas. He wants to eventually open a casino in Las Vegas when there's nothing there, and it's pretty good. 6:57, The Cooler with William H. Macy. The guy has such bad luck that the casino hires him to walk around if someone's on a hot streak. So I believe stuff like that probably happens for sure. But yeah, it's pretty good movie. Pretty good. Okay, next up we have, getting towards the end of the first video, The Express, 6:56. Very solid sports movie based on a true story about, oh man, I forgot the guy's name. Syracuse University. They're playing for the national title. It's got Dennis Quaid, and but it's based on the story. I follow pro sports more than college sports, but yeah, my bad. He ends up going through some stuff. I don't want to do any spoilers, but this is a good movie. It should probably be higher, but yeah, it's check it out. It's a good movie. Okay, next up, 6:55, LA Confidential, neo noir type of movie. A little hard to follow. Russell Crowe, Kevin Spacey, and what's that one guy's name? Guy Pearce. Good movie. Yeah, plot twist, right? Kind of like the movie Chinatown. Chinatown didn't make the list, but I know people love Chinatown. I don't always like watching those detective movies where you got to figure something out every 5 minutes. A little bit like that, but it's good. LA Confidential is a good movie. 6:54, The Pelican Brief, solid movie. Denzel carries. Sandra Bullock is in the movie. She's got like a theory, and it turns out to be right, and then they're after her. So it's just a good movie. 6:53, Tommy Boy, Farley's only movie that makes this list. Funny movie, definitely. Yeah, I think a lot of people know Tommy Boy, right? I mean, it's got some funny parts. It's got to make the list. You know what I mean? 6:52, Deep Impact, good special effects, good action and acting. I think it's better than Armageddon. It's just one of those, what do you call those movies that, probably a big budget family movie, action movie, just one of those. But it's good. It's good. I think it should make the list. 6:51, the last one on this video, Forsaken. Very underrated Western movie with Donald and Kiefer Sutherland. Don't want to give too much away. They're good actors, no question. So it's a good Western movie. But I think that wraps it up. And now I just gotta, add the pictures, and yeah, when I upload this videos, I want to do it all at once. So it's all you can binge. Whenever I get it done, you can binge watch all 700 at one time because I don't want anyone taking my ideas. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to put the pictures together. I'll be done with video one, and I might try to get to video two tonight, which would be 6:01 to 6:50. Anyways, thanks. I hope you're a fan of this. You become a fan of this YouTube channel, and I've got more ideas I'll share later. But thank you.